We're looking at something absolutely mind-blowing today, how incredibly dedicated fans actually built a massive, fully interactive 3D map of GTA 6 long before its release. I mean, we're talking about a project that completely transforms how we visualize the sheer scale of what Rockstar's talented teams are building. And the crazy part? They did it using just the tiniest little breadcrumbs of information.
So to kick things off, we have to address a massive question. How do you explore a game before it's even out? Well, it all comes down to the absolute ingenuity of the fan community. Instead of just sitting back and waiting, they took every single scrap of visual data available and built an explorable, interactive 3D world purely for fun and just to celebrate their excitement for the game's eventual release. To truly grasp the mind-blowing scale of this project, we are going to take a bit of a cartographer's journey. 1. Building a virtual masterpiece. 2. Starting south, Leonid Keys. 3. Scaling up to Vice City. 4. Into the Grass Rivers. 5. Ambrosia and the Great Lake. And 6. Port Gellhorn and the Unknown. Section 1. Building a virtual masterpiece. Let's look at how this all builds, starting with the actual mechanics behind the mapping community's towering achievement. Okay, so using these meticulous steps, a creator named Noah Sten literally transformed tiny visual glimpses into a tangible, explorable 3D world. Step 1, the broader mapping community goes in and obsessively analyzes the trailers, leaks, and official postcard images. Step 2, they overlay all that data just to establish relative coordinates. And finally, step 3, they manually build every single road and building, and get this, they do it inside a totally different game, Cities Skylines 2. It's honestly just an astounding feat of reverse engineering. Section 2, starting south, Leonida Keys. Let's start our physical journey down at the very bottom of the map. Now, this area beautifully recreates official postcard shots. We can actually pinpoint specific landmarks, like Jason's house, located up on the more northern end of the Keys, that housing row from Trailer 2, where the girl says, "Hi, Jason," and even a highly speculative airfield further south. But what's really fascinating here isn't just what's on the ground, but what you absolutely cannot see. Which brings us to this incredible perspective, quote, "If you head to the very far end of the Keys, the city basically becomes completely buried by the fog." If you're standing in first person at the far edge of the Keys and looking out to the ocean, Vice City is barely even a blip on the horizon. It's totally obscured by fog and distance, giving us our very first real taste of just how staggeringly huge this map is. Section 3, scaling up to Vice City. Following the road north from those foggy Keys, we hit the concrete jungle. To brilliantly illustrate this awe-inspiring scale, just imagine all of downtown Los Santos from GTA 5 on the left. On the right, that is just one single northern suburban housing area in Vice City. The one where we saw the motorbike guys doing wheelies in the trailers? Visually, just this one single suburban spot looks to be 2 to 3 times larger than all of downtown Los Santos. Honestly, it is staggering to think about. Because fans had so much source material to work with here, Vice City is incredibly accurate. I mean, we're talking about highly dense skyscraper mapping, multiple bridges that let you walk the streets feeling completely immersed like you're an actual NPC, and they even included a massive island dedicated entirely to a golf course. Fans are heavily speculating that this is the HD version of Leaf Links from the original game. Section 4, into the Grass Rivers. Moving west out of the concrete jungle, we hit some wild, unpredictable territory. We're talking about the Everglades, basically. And because Rockstar really hasn't shown much of this area, fans can only guess at what kind of hidden Easter eggs are waiting out in these untamed swamps. The vegetation is so incredibly dense that it completely blocks your lines of sight back to Vice City, meaning you are absolutely going to be able to get lost out here. Section 5, Ambrosia and the Great Lake. Continuing north, past the Mount Kaga Wildlife Park, we leave the swamps behind. Welcome to the Ambrosia aesthetic. This is a working-class farming and factory region, characterized by a distinct, heavy, yellow-orange atmospheric hue. And get this, the mappers actually mirrored Rockstar's creative color grading to perfectly match that specific hue seen in the official helicopter screenshots of this region. It really sells that natural, rural mood of the environment. Now, let's talk about the lake itself. 730. That number represents the 730 square miles of the real-life Lake Okeechobee in Florida. Fans are using this massive real-world location as a baseline to mathematically estimate the colossal, yet totally unmapped, size of Lake Leonida in the game. So even in this incredibly detailed fan map, the lake we are seeing is still just an estimate. Section 6. Port Gellhorn and the Unknown. Finally, we push north into highly speculative territory. Rockstar's official shots of this area are mostly gloomy, or they purposely take place at night to obscure the details. But by cleverly translating those visuals into daytime, mappers successfully plotted out these confirmed leaked locations in the north. We're talking Hank's Waffles, local car washes, a huge airstrip, and a massive racetrack. It gives us a fantastic rough idea of the geography out there. But here is the crazy part. The middle of the map remains relatively empty in this fan project, simply because there is no source material to build from yet. This entire recreation we've just explored, it's likely less than 50% of Port Gellhorn itself. The actual game map probably extends 25 to 30% further north than what is currently mapped out, leaving a massive, empty center awaiting thick forests and hidden towns.
As one of the lead mappers put it, there's probably many subtowns and locations and really cool things to see in the center of the map. You'll have absolutely no idea what's surrounding you. This vast unknown space just leaves the creators in absolute awe of the unprecedented density Rockstar is likely hiding between these major cities and rural highways. It won't just be open emptiness, guys. It is going to be packed with life. This incredible fan recreation gives us a staggering sense of scale, but it leaves us with one seriously provocative question to end on. What monumental secrets is Rockstar hiding in that vast, unmapped center of Leonida? I mean, when release day finally arrives, all those empty spaces on the fan map are going to be filled with absolute surprises. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep mapping, keep exploring, and I'll see you next time.